Radio North Kent.
So it's Radio North Kent, outside broadcast from the East Coast Dining in Whitstable, Tenterton Road, Whitstable. This is Andrew English, and I'm joined by Henry from the Wine Room, which is sort of diagonally opposite the East Coast Dining. So hello, Henry.
Hi there, how you going?
No, very good, thanks. And that's an Australian accent. What part of Australia are you from?
I'm originally from Adelaide in South Australia, which is surrounded by vineyards and very Mediterranean climate. So it's a fair way from here, but...
Just a tad?
Yeah.
And how long have you been in the UK?
This time since 2008, so about 8 years. I've lived over here a couple of times in the 90s, and I'm really enjoying it. I like this part of the world, near the sea, and East Kent with its different landscapes and the different beaches and orchards and hop farms and marshes. Yeah, no, it's a great part of the world. Close to London, close to France. It's good.
Brilliant. Do you miss Australia at all?
I must admit, during the middle of winters when it's a bit grey and cold, my mind does wander towards Australia, but I like both countries. Unfortunately, they're a bit far apart, it makes it a bit hard. But
so quite a few miles and quite a few hours difference.
Yeah. Having said that, when we moved back here, because my wife's English, she's from Canterbury, her family lived there for generations.
Okay.
When we left Australia, it'd been in Adelaide, had been a drought for about 6 years, so we'd had severe water restrictions. Our lawn we lived in the Adelaide Hills had died, and some of the old trees were dying. So it was quite good to see grass when we got here in the lawn. So
yes, I can imagine. It's a slightly different climate over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Australia in Sydney in January, so I left Auckland at 24 degrees and landed at 39 degrees.
Yeah, it's
so,
a shock to the system.
It was nice, I liked it, but so what's the temperature like for Adelaide? Is that similar?
You can be as hot as that. We do have heat waves that come in, and you can be over sort of 35 for a week. Yeah. Nobody does anything, you just stay in the house or in the air-conditioned car and keep your head down, and it's almost as restrictive as here when it snows and things like that. Everybody keeps quiet and waits for the cool change to come through, and eventually it comes. And
brilliant.
Yeah.
So a little bit of background from you. Tell us about your wine shop then.
Well, the Wine Room, we've been here for nigh on 6 years now. When I moved back to the UK, I was looking around for what to do within the wine trade, and I worked in sales and marketing and also in vineyards and wineries in Australia, and so I was just looking around for an opportunity. I thought at the time there wasn't any great wine shops, wine merchants in the area, so I started looking between sort of Faversham, Canterbury, Whitstable and Herne Bay, and all the time looking for a suitable site. And at the time, this was a Threshers. This shop was a Threshers, and they went through the hoop. They went broke, and I jumped on the opportunity of grabbing the shop, talked to the landlord, and we got underway. It's really good. It's got good parking and everything like that. So this was a very good location, and it had parking, which is very important for our customers to be able to park and come in and browse at leisure. So we established it 6 years ago. We looked at having wines from all over the world. We also wanted to sort of specialise a bit in organic and biodynamic wines because they appeal to us, and a healthy way of running vineyards and making wine. We also wanted to specialise or have a good range of Kentish wines, so we do quite a few Kentish wines as well. And then it's gradually evolved. We've got some really loyal customers, and we continue to get some good customers. We were recently voted the best wine shop in Kent with a thing called the Muddy Stiletto Awards, which is...
That must be a nice achievement.
Yeah, well, I mean, the great thing about that is it's not so much sort of being judged. It was due to customers voting for us, and getting behind us, which is really gratifying and very kind of them, because time is precious, and it took a bit of time to do it. So that's really good, and we're lucky to have good loyal customers. And also the great thing here is that they're from all walks of life. They come in here looking for a nice bottle of wine, and we
come see the expert.
Yeah, we try to be very friendly and down to earth and discuss with the people. We don't look down people. We think wine's just a civilised part of life and good fun and enjoying good company, good food. And so we try to talk to people, find out what they're looking for, what their tastes are, what their budget is, and hopefully they come back again.
Okay, great. We're going to take a quick break there, and we're going to play one of your tracks. So we're going to play Paul Kelly, To Her Door, back after this.
Radio North Kent.
You're listening to Radio North Kent Outside, broadcast live from Whitstable.
Radio North Kent.
So we're back with Henry from the wine rooms of Tenterden Road, Whitstable. So, as you were saying about your different types of wine, and you've won awards from customers. So, do you have a best-selling wine?
Very good seller at this time of the year. Hopefully, if it gets warmer, is rosés from Provence. Very pale rosés with lots of flavour. They go down very well in the warm weather. That goes down well. We've got a wine that's from our own vineyard. We used to have a vineyard in South Australia, and unfortunately we had to sell it because it's very hard to run a vineyard from 12,000 miles away.
I can imagine.
So, but we do have some of the wine left we made at the time, and so it's a lovely 10-year-old Shiraz, which is nice and mellow these days. And what's interesting is it's under screw cap. These days, even high quality wines come under screw cap, and really helps in terms of avoiding cork taint in the wine and preserving the wine. So that's popular. But we sell wines from all types. The Kentish wines, as I mentioned before, they're very popular. The sparkling wines are world class now, made the same way as champagne. But the whites have improved in quality dramatically, and now people come in asking for them. So that's really good. To support the local industry.
Excellent. Well, we'll take another quick break, and we're going to play Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay. But before we play it, why did you choose this song then?
This song was quite interesting for myself and my wife. It was when we got married here in Canterbury 20 years ago. We hadn't thought of a song for a wedding dance, and the band just played this song, and I really like it. I've always liked it. My wife was a bit concerned that it was about a chap that was about to commit suicide, but I think it's more about contemplation, and it's one of those songs that is a delight to hear, but it's quite complex also in the background, the way it's been put together, and it has a bit of a history, the song. So yeah, I really love it.
Excellent, and here it is.
Radio North Kent.
Radio North Kent.
And we're back with Henry. So tell us about all the different things you do within the shop.
Well, what we've introduced about a year ago, we started doing wines by the glass available in the shop, and we've got some really nice vintage retro furniture, and people come in and have a glass of wine and enjoy some olives and some crackers with it. When the weather's great, we have tables out the front, and that's kicked off really nicely. People really enjoying it, and it's in somewhere else for them to come and enjoy each other's company. We also got some lovely Italian pasta and sauces we sell, and beautiful olive oil from Sicily from one of our wine producers that we carry. That goes down very well. We like to have a selection of local beers. We also support the local breweries, and they're doing lots of new beers are coming out all the time, which is very exciting.
It's good to know you support local people, being a local businessman yourself, of course.
Yes, and that's the great thing about this area, Whitstable and Tunkerton. People do support the local businesses all the time, and feel very strongly about it. So it really helps us, and we try and look after each other.
Brilliant. How about a little bit of self-promotion, like website, email address, like?
Yeah, so our website is www.wine-room.co.uk. We have a Twitter account and a Facebook account. Contact details are on the website. So yeah, but just give us a call as well anytime.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Radio North Kent.
You're listening to Radio North Kent Outside, broadcast live from Whitstable.